Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk today about Robert Mugabe, and he has sunk lower. If you didn't think he could sink any lower, he has. He has banned street vendors. He did the same thing about 12 years ago, and it was criticized by human rights groups. But, okay, here's the unemployment figures in Zimbabwe according to Forbes magazine. Zimbabwe has a 95% unemployment rate, okay? These vendors are just struggling to survive. They're not clogging the streets like Mugabe says that they're doing. This is just another way for him to consolidate power. And he's banning the street vendors again. And the move he did 12 years ago by doing that was criticized by human rights groups, as I pointed out. Okay, and this is when he demoted Zimbabwe's vice president, who's been seen as a contender to succeed him. When Mugabe passes away, because he's 93 years old. I'm not sure how much time he has left on this earth. And because he's so old. So he's getting in line a successor, and he had his vice president as a successor. It's going to be between the vice president and his wife. Well, he just demoted his vice president because we all know he wants his wife, Grace Mugabe, to succeed him, even though she's highly unpopular, even in the ZANU-PF, particularly amongst the war veterans who fought against colonialism, who fought against the oppressive Rhodesian government. She's very unpopular amongst them, and I don't blame these war veterans in that situation. So, Mugabe's at it again, banning street vendors when those vendors are just struggling to feed their families because the country's at a 95% unemployment rate. You heard it right, 95% unemployment rate. That has nothing to do with the sanctions right there. Those vendors were trying to make a living, and if Mugabe cared about the sanctions being imposed on Zimbabwe, he wouldn't ban the vendors, okay? That just shows you Mugabe cares about nobody but himself, and for himself to remain in power. He's just an evil, tyrannical, ruthless dictator. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.